Hi, Jerry here with Hawkeye Squawk Box, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the tools that I use in my workshop to clean my airbrushes. I have several different brands, and each one has its own uniqueness to be cleaned. This one here is in pretty bad shape. It was left sitting with paint in it, which is a big no-no. But most of us tend to look for the easiest way to clean our airbrushes, and that necessarily isn't the right way to clean our airbrushes. And if you don't do it right, you're going to find out that you're going to have problems down the road. One of the things that everybody just seems to grab for are the two basics, Q-tips and pipe cleaners or chenille sticks. Now, anything that generates fur, fuzz, or lint is not really a good thing to use in an airbrush because it stays inside the orifice of the airbrush and it helps to create clogs, and clogs cause problems, and we don't want problems. So I try again to stay away from anything that's fuzzy, linty, anything like that. So what I do too is I make a visit to the drugstore, and at the drugstore, if you go in the denture care aisle, and no, I don't need them, but I find these handy little brushes called proxy brushes. They come in different sizes and shapes. These are an artificial nylon type fiber. So it doesn't shed, doesn't create lint. Imagine using those in your mouth and cleaning your dentures and having all that stuff in your, just never mind. So that same philosophy applies to the airbrush. We don't want those things in there, and these are very good at getting in small areas when you take your airbrush down to scrub and clean. They're solvent safe, so they're not going to dissolve. The bigger ones you can mount into a old knife handle like I did here with these. They're very inexpensive. It's worth the investment to pick them up. One of the other things that we see in our hobby are the micro brushes. Again, these have an artificial fiber that don't shed. So again, it's a little brush that can get into tight areas and is solvent safe, so you can clean. The other thing is, if you're into small engines or carburetors on big cars, you know about carburation jets. Well, they make tools to clean those jet passageways. This one is a tool that is from Honda. It's their jet cleaner. You can get these at small engine shops. They can order them for you from their tool suppliers. It's basically a bunch of pieces of piano wire on here and different size of rod. And some of it's very, very fine, and it stores in its own nice little case. But these allow you to use them for cleaning like the inside of the nozzle where there's little air passages that sometimes dirt or debris gets caught in. You've got to find a piece of wire to push it through, and these are made out of stainless steel, so they're pretty durable. And again, they're small and they're very useful. And then the other thing I always have handy too is your solvents, whether you're using Windex or water or alcohol or lacquer thinner or anything that you prefer to use. I just keep them handy on my bench. Other than that, I got to get to work and probably end up soaking this particular airbrush for a little while in my solvent jar. Or if I can get the lid off, I have a can strainer in the center of it, and I'll just plop the pieces down in there and let them soak for a little while to soften up all that paint that I should have wiped off and didn't, and now I'm paying the price for my haste to go on to something else. So let me get to cleaning. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Hawkeye Squawk Box.